Number 1. Luís Figo. Luís Figo spent his career at Barcelona, Real Madrid and Inter Milan, winning the Ballon d'Or in 2000 and earning 127 caps for Portugal. He was one of the finest playmakers European football has ever produced. Yet today, younger fans remember him more for his controversial transfer from Barcelona to Real Madrid than for the extraordinary footballer he truly was. Number 2. Ricardo Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho won the Champions League with Porto in 2004 and followed Jose Mourinho to Chelsea, where his partnership with John Terry became one of the most formidable in Premier League history. He won 2 Premier League titles and earned 89 caps for Portugal. Yet today, he is almost completely overlooked. A world-class defender who spent his entire career in the shadows of the managers and attackers around him. Number 3. Fernando Couto. Fernando Couto earned 103 caps for Portugal, one of only a handful of Portuguese players to reach that milestone, and won trophies at Porto, Parma, Barcelona, and Lazio across 4 different countries. He was the defensive leader of the golden generation that reached the final of Euro 2004 and the semi-finals of Euro 2000. Yet today, barely anyone outside Portugal mentioned his name, despite being one of the most capped players in Portuguese history. Number 4. Vitor Baia. Vitor Baia won 27 trophies with Porto, including the 2004 Champions League and the 2003 UEFA Cup, earned 80 caps for Portugal and was named Portuguese Footballer of the Year twice. He is the greatest goalkeeper Portugal has ever produced. Yet, today, younger fans barely know his name. A goalkeeper who won everything, but who history has almost completely passed over. Number 5. Nuno Gomes. With 29 goals in 79 caps, Nuno Gomes remained one of Portugal's greatest ever goal scorers, playing a crucial role in the golden generation that finished third at Euro 2000 and reached the final of Euro 2004. He scored the winning goal against England in the Euro 2000 quarter-final. Yet today, he is almost completely forgotten outside Portugal, despite being one of the most prolific international strikers his country has ever produced. Number 6. Fernando Chalana. Fernando Chalana was known as O Pequeno Genio, the little genius, and his manager Sven-Göran Eriksson later described him as the most skillful player he had ever worked with. He won 6 league titles with Benfica and was named Portuguese Player of the Year twice. Yet persistent injuries derailed his career at its peak, and today younger fans have almost no knowledge of the man many Portuguese still consider one of their greatest ever players. Number 7. Jorge Costa. Jorge Costa captained Porto to the 2004 Champions League under Jose Mourinho, one of the most unexpected Champions League victories in history, and won 8 Primeira Liga titles during his career at the club. He earned 50 caps for Portugal and was the defensive warrior of an entire generation. Yet, he is almost never mentioned. A player who gave everything to Porto and Portugal and received almost nothing in return from football's wider memory. Number 8. Humberto Coelho. Humberto Coelho earned 64 caps for Portugal, was named Portuguese Footballer of the Year in 1974 and later managed the national team to 3rd place at Euro 2000. He was considered one of the finest defenders of his generation in European football. Yet today, he is almost entirely forgotten. A player turned manager who shaped Portuguese football across 2 generations, but who younger fans have never heard of. Number 9. João Pinto. João Pinto earned 70 caps for Portugal, scored 23 international goals from midfield, and was named Portuguese Footballer of the Year 3 consecutive times between 1992 and 1994. Bobby Robson famously said of him, "He has 2 hearts and 4 legs." Yet today, his name is almost never mentioned despite being one of the most decorated Portuguese midfielder of his era. Number 10. Manuel Bento. Manuel Bento earned 63 caps for Portugal, made over 630 appearances for Benfica, and was named Portuguese Goalkeeper of the Year 8 times, a record that has never been matched. He was Portugal's first choice goalkeeper at Euro 1984 and the 1986 World Cup. Yet today, barely anyone outside Portugal knows his name, despite 8 Goalkeeper of the Year awards and over 630 Benfica appearances. Number 11. Costina. Costina earned 53 caps for Portugal and was a key member of the Porto side that won the treble in 2003 and the Champions League in 2004 under Jose Mourinho. He was one of the most reliable defensive midfielders of the golden generation era. Yet today, his name is almost never mentioned. A player who won everything with Porto, but whom history has completely overlooked in favor of the more glamorous names around him. Number 12. Simão Sabrosa. Simão Sabrosa earned 85 caps for Portugal, scored 22 international goals and played for Sporting Lisbon, Barcelona, Benfica and Atletico Madrid across a career that spanned Europe's biggest clubs. He delivered some of the most exciting individual performances at Euro 2004 on home soil. Yet today, younger fans barely know who he is. A winger who scored 22 goals for Portugal and played at Barcelona, but who has almost completely disappeared from football's memory. Number 13. Antonio Veloso. Antonio Veloso earned 40 caps for Portugal across a decade of international football and was a key member of the squads at Euro 1984 and the 1986 World Cup. He was a cultured and technically gifted midfielder who represented Portugal during one of their most important footballing eras. Yet today, his name is almost completely unknown. A player who served his country for over a decade, but who younger fans have entirely forgotten. Number 14. Dimas Teixeira. Dimas earned 44 caps for Portugal and played for Benfica, Juventus, Fenerbahce and Marseille, a career that took him across 4 of Europe's biggest leagues. He was part of the Portugal squad that reached the final of Euro 2004 on home soil. Yet today, he is almost entirely forgotten. A defender who played for Juventus and reached a European Championship final, but who younger fans would struggle to name. And finally, number 15. Abel Xavier. Abel Xavier earned 20 caps for Portugal and played for Benfica, PSV, Everton and Liverpool across a long and accomplished career. Most fans remembered him only for a controversial handball against Ireland at the 2002 World Cup. Yet behind that moment was an accomplished and versatile defender who built a career across 4 countries and who deserved to be remembered for far more than a refereeing decision. These players won Champions Leagues, earned hundreds of caps, scored crucial goals and shaped Portuguese football across 4 decades. And yet younger fans barely know their names. Portuguese football is far deeper and richer than Figo and Ronaldo. These players are the proof. So which of these forgotten Portuguese legends do you think deserve far more recognition than history ever gave them?